I have had to distract myself all day today because the nerves for tonight are on a different level. And it's funny because you can lose this game and go to a game 7. That's not where my headspace is. So I went looking at hot tubs today. I've gone on 3 walks today. I fed the fishies today. That's not a euphemism. I've done everything I could to get out and to get my just to get out of my way, because this game already, 5 hours out, 6 hours, I'm beside myself with anxiety.
Yeah, I'm a glass case of emotion right now, and I don't know. I really didn't think after the Game 5 win I'd be this way. Mm-hmm. I don't know why. I thought that, and I think most people, I know you're not, but most people are playing with the assumption that if you won Game 5, Game 6 it was right there for you. It's just, we've just seen how this goes too many times.
I think I want it. I think that's the thing. I now want it.
I am kind of addicted to the up and down nature of playoff basketball.
Yeah.
I will. That's a drug, and I've 100% hooked myself up to it.
And we've gotten to the point where the Pistons have earned just enough of my respect that I do want to beat them in as quick as possible as time. You know what I mean? Like, previously, a lot of this series has been, I want you to get done with this so we can get to the Eastern Conference Finals quickly and healthily, right? And because I want to see that you can do this. Now, I'm like, I'm not going to give this team a chance, because if you do, they can snipe you in Game 7 here. I got a little bit of it's not just paranoia that the Cavs aren't going to show up. It's a little bit of healthy respect that I don't think the Pistons are just going to lie down.
I don't have respect for the Pistons. I just don't know how else to see it. And so, like, the hard part about this is you heard Atkinson in that open, and Atkinson's like, he calls this one a must-win. Like, in that clip, he's like, this is a must-win. I've done too many Game 6s where you lose and you have to go to Game 7. Like, this is the game. Game 6 at home. And by the way, this should be, I would imagine, a Donovan Mitchell performance for the ages. Mm-hmm. And so, like, the way that Cunningham played in Game 5, the way that Donovan played in the second half of Game 4, that's got to happen here in Game 6. End the series, make Bontemps, that Muppet, look like an absolute idiot for saying Pistons in 5, and let's close this thing out.
I do think it's funny that Kenny Atkinson's like, I've been in this situation before. It's like, Kenny, we were with you. It was one series ago. It was 12 days ago. What are you talking about? I've been in this scenario before, like the other Cavaliers haven't been.
I probably referenced like a Warrior series that maybe he was thinking of.
No, bleep that. You've literally been in this with us. It was a week ago. Like, you okay? Is the stomach virus still getting it now? I think we can come together, because I think Lima has done us a mitzvah. I think he has.
A what now?
A mitzvah.
Oh, a mitzvah.
It's a good deed.
I think you said a sub-mitzvah. I didn't know what that was.
Sub-mitzvah. That's something different. You got to pay extra for that one, Johnny boy.
Hello, sports fan.
But no, so Lima had, with the last 2-minute report, it apparently talked about James Harden and about how Detroit fans were maybe cowards for being too trying to get that foul on Asar Thompson at the end of the game. And he went on this whole rant. Well, John Jensen heard that this morning of 97 won the ticket. The other half, we like Jim Costa. I don't really know John, but John went on a little diatribe once he heard what Anthony had to say.
Total morons. And here's the thing. They've got it all wrong. It's not that it was a ticky-tack foul or we don't like physical play. No, we would just like it to be called equal both ways. If you're going to make it a physical game, then let it be physical both ways. You want to defend the fact that you have one of the all-time foul baiters in James Harden, where he takes a shot with no one around him, and it's like every other jump shot you would see anybody else throughout the history of basketball shoot. And then when somebody is near him, he jumps, he kicks his legs, he tries to land inside the three-point line, he flails, and all of a sudden you get free throws.
Why is he?
No, we just want it called equal. So stop being morons in the city of Cleveland, which we expect them to be. That's 100% on par for anybody from the state of Ohio, but especially that city, the mistake on the lake.
Oh, that's the nickname. Oh, no. Oh, John. By the way, you get a bowling degree from Michigan. That doesn't make you Einstein, John Jensen.
Why is he describing James Harden? Again, like from yesterday, I was like, did people just not watch him for 17 years? Am I the only person that watched him play basketball for 17 years? We have 17 years of James Harden doing that play, and he had to do that description of it as if the audience had never seen James Harden play basketball?
It's an IQ test. Don't come near the landing zone, and you're not going to get it called. Honestly, at this point, if you get baited into a foul by James Harden, you're stupid. That's as simple as that. And by the way, it is a cheap-ass play to land to get in the landing zone of the player, which the Pistons have done. So I just think it's rich. I think it is crybaby city, and I think it's telling that John Jansen, in his heart of hearts, he knows that the Detroit Pistons cannot hang with the Cleveland Cavaliers.
Yeah,
they
I think
just
he knows
can't.
that. I think so.
But he can't face it. This is a man's man. This is a football player, right?
Guy. Yeah, big football
no
guy.
matter what town you put John Jansen in, that's a man's man. Except, I guess, when it comes to basketball, when he just wants little old soft fouls to be called and all fouls to be called, as long as they're called against the team that the Pistons are playing.
So obviously we've done a lot of listening to Detroit Sports Talk Radio. I like the afternoon show with Valeni and Rico. I listen to that one even like when they're not playing the Pistons Cavs. Valeni yesterday was basically the idea that he was throwing out there was get it in your heads, Pistons fans, the NBA just doesn't like you. And it was like the NBA is they're going out of their way to show you that they don't like you. You're not going to get the calls. You just have to live with the idea that you're not going to get the calls. I don't think it's that. I don't think the NBA has just isolated out the Pistons and been like, we don't want to see you have success. I really don't think that's what that is. I just think the way that they play basketball isn't conducive to getting a lot of foul calls.
Yeah, I mean, listen, we handled this like men here in Cleveland after Donovan wasn't getting calls in the first two games. And even when Donovan complained, what was my reaction? My reaction is stop trying to lift a bunch of floaters in the air and attack the basket with conviction.
Yeah, and think about it. Like Cunningham's game, so much of that is the mid-range.
Yes.
And so much of that is set up to basically, I can't help you. You're not going to get the foul call if you don't ever attack and if you just try to make these mid-range jumpers your reality.
And by the way,
shooting over guys doesn't get you foul calls.
The thing that the Pistons, the radio guys at the ticket said after Donovan complained was, well, you need to go to the cup with more authority. Okay, pot, meet, kettle. Like that's where you are with the Detroit. And by the way, the Pistons haven't earned those calls. It is a superstar league. Cade is a superstar. He has earned my respect in the series. That is a great player. A little flawed, but a great player. Okay, you still have to go to the cup as often as possible to get those calls. And if you don't do it, you're not going to get it.
There's a reason why I've said for a million years, it feels like in the SGA conversation, it's like this is a skill. Harden possesses the skill. SGA possesses the skill. There's all sorts of players in the NBA that possess the skill of drawing fouls. There's a reality to that. And so when the Pistons look at it, and their fans are looking at the same, past 3 games, we have gone to the free throw line. 100 to 54 has been the number in the past 3. Cavs have gone 100 times. Pistons have gone 54 times. Yeah, I'd probably be a little pissed about that, too, if I was a Pistons fan, being like, well, we just barely get a little over half the amount of calls that they get. Okay, well, this is part of the game. Play into the game.
Yeah, let me ask you, how many of those calls would have impacted, was it 17? I'm being a little facetious here, a little hyperbolic. How many shot clock violations did they have in Game 4?
Yesterday.
Or in Game 5?
In Game 5, they had 4.
Yeah, okay. I guess those were all fouls, too. Like, the Pistons play an ugly brand of offensive basketball.
Including the biggest possession in the end of regulation.
They blew one of the biggest the biggest lead you can blow in the postseason.
It went 5 minutes of game time not scoring, including overtime.
And it had nothing to do with fouls or not getting fouls. And, oh, by the way, at the end of regulation, Jared Allen was basically put in a straitjacket. Oh, you could have called a foul on whatever Asar Thompson was doing on Donovan Mitchell, and we blamed Donovan Mitchell. So maybe step up, maybe man up.
Well,
right?
That's even like go back to that final play with Donovan.
Stop making excuses.
You mentioned Asar, so it kind of just spurred something there. That last play, that wasn't all ball.
Yeah,
it wasn't all. And listen, I didn't say that they needed to call that on Donovan. I wouldn't have wanted that call on Donovan.
Nor did we. That's not how that game should have ended.
No, not at all. But he didn't hit that all ball. He definitely hit Donovan. And so like the idea that this has been one-sided, I get why if you're a Pistons fan and if you're only looking at the box score, you're like 100 to 54. What's going on here? You got to watch the games, and especially with the Pistons and how they've blown this. There's a lot of reasons and a lot of things you get to blame. It's not the refs.
I think it's time that Anthony Lima and I get together as coworkers and friends and look at John Jansen and say, you must not know ball. It's a tough one. I don't want to have to say it.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to combine this megazord of ball knowing with Lima to then look at John Jansen, a football knower, and say, it seems like you don't know ball. John Jansen's bitching about fouls. It seems like he doesn't know ball. Sorry, had to say it.
Do you need Lima's seal of approval? Because that then gives too much credence to the idea that he gets to then indoctrinate people as ball knowers or non-ball knowers.
Okay.
If anything, that would almost legitimize the idea that he calls you a non-ball knower.
It's a 2-key system. So we have to agree
that's what
on
they came
ball
up with.
knower.
That's what they came up with for whether or not they flipped the switch, the 2-key system.
Yeah, no. I know. But this
we ran the promo for like 75 years, Nick.
But those guys are on the same show. They're always going to turn the keys at the same time. That's what happens when you work with each other.
This gives a little bit too much power to Lima's
Oh, no.
ability to call out,
Yeah.
are you a ball knower or not a ball knower?
I'm totally in bed with a monster right now, but
Okay.
it's
you're giving authority
we're coming
to the guy.
together.
You're giving authority to the guy that said you're not a ball knower.
That's fair.
As the guy that decides whether or not you are a ball knower or not ball knower.
But by joining together with him, there is
think you
now
just
knowledge that I also know ball.
No.
And now we turn the keys on John Jansen and say, you, sir, no ball.
I say you kick Lima out of the group text and you just decide this on your own.
No. When we squabble together, that's one thing. All right? That's just friendly fire. We've worked together for a very damn long time. When there is an outsider at the gates not knowing ball, he's going to get it.
Hey, he yelled at Ken and Anthony. He didn't even yell at you.
I know. But now I'm feeling like Lima was right. John Jansen was wrong.
Yeah.
And now I gotta side with the side that's right.
And then the Cavs will beat the Pistons tonight, and then Detroit won't care about us ever again.
And then it's on to Jerry Ferrara, I guess.
Ferrara.
Him too.
Yeah.
All of them. Ferrara,
We still haven't
Ferraris.
figured out what our New York beef is going to be yet.
That's true. Going pastrami.